Howdy, howdy. I was reading a book today, The Diary of a CEO. I've seen the guy, so it's by Stephen Bartlett. I've seen his shorts on YouTube, and yeah, I've got his book and I'm just slowly going through it. Pretty good book. One of his, I guess it's 33 laws of business and life, and I think I'm on the 22nd law at the moment, and it said something on the 21st, but on the 20th, one of the chapters that I just finished talks about how one thing you have to do is you have to capture your viewer's attention in the first 5 seconds. And he referenced Mr. Beast, how he goes in and said, "This is what I'm going to do, and this is how I've done something in the last 24 hours," or "I bought a jet plane and someone has to put their hand on it, and the last person to take their hands off it keeps the jet plane." Something so captivating that the viewer doesn't click off it. And usually mine is, "Hey, how are you? How you going?" And that's what I thought about when I started this video. But I think I've got one viewer and I think I know who it is. So welcome back, buddy. I'm hoping you're watching this at 2:45 in the morning, as you would. I wanted to read a quote. It's not a quote. It's a poem today. It's my favorite poem. My mom introduced it to me. A bit of a background of it. It's the same poem. I think the background of it is it's the same poem that Nelson Mandela used to recite to himself. And if anybody, whoever's watching this, if not, one person in the history of man who symbolizes what Stoicism is, it's definitely Nelson Mandela. I mean, it's my sister used to have a thick book, and it was his biography, and she always said it was such an incredible read. That's something that I eventually want to get onto, but she said he lived such an interesting life. And the movie that Idris Elba did the remake maybe a couple of years ago now, it doesn't do it justice. He said they missed out on so much detail. But the reason why I quite like it is because it was a quote, or there's a quote in there, a line, 2 lines that I love. It helped me through some really, really dark times. So I wanted to read it out for those who haven't heard it before. Hopefully you can take away as much value, or you can ponder on it as much, or with as much I don't know what I'm trying to say, but there's a lot of value in it. All right, go find it. All right, let me bring it up. So, the poem is called Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeons of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It doesn't matter how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Now I fucked up that word, but I just wanted to keep on going because it's such a beautiful fucking poem. Bludgeons? Yeah, whoever's fucking watching this, can you do the sonics or whatever for it so I can pronounce it better next time. But yeah, I don't know if you guys, my favorite line easily, 2 lines, is I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Yeah, it's powerful. Truly powerful. The story behind this, it's helped me a lot through certain times in my life, and I remember one time, so a few years ago, I was going through a little dark phase or whatnot, and I remember I tried to I wrote down a list of everything that I was insecure about, and public speaking was one of them. So to take it off, I joined a Toastmasters class. It's essentially just a public speaking group. You just go weekly or fortnightly, and you play games, and you practice speaking in public. And a lot of the time it's off the cuff, like you have to improvise. Sometimes you can prepare speeches, sometimes you're given a topic, like at the start of the night, and then you have to give a speech at the end of the night. So it's something like that. And I remember I went to my first one, and they have all these improvised games, like where you have to stand up and talk for a whole minute on a random topic. And I remember just, if anybody else feels the same way about public speaking, it feels like your fucking world is coming down on you because you're so worried about what everyone else thinks of you. I guess that's where a lot of the fear comes in. But I remember, I think the second time I went, they asked me if I wanted to do a speech, and I was just like, I think this is the welcome speech or your beginner speech or your first icebreaker speech, I think it's called. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I went up there. So on my third time, the week after, I went up and I did the speech. It went for like 7 minutes, I remember, because I just went up there and I told them exactly what was going on with my life. It was I just remember just telling them exactly what brought me to Toastmasters. And I was just so tired of feeling like shit. I was so tired of all my insecurities having this hold on me. And one of them again was public speaking, and I said, I am going to face it. I'm going to conquer it. It's not going to have this hold on me. And I think that's what a lot of insecurities do. They just hold on to you and they weigh you down. It feels like you're drowning. And after my speech, I remember my mom helped me a lot during that rough time. So I guess to wrap up my speech, I wanted to say a poem that was her favorite poem, and I read out that poem, and I read out those last 2 lines. I remember just feeling like I was on top of the world. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Yeah, look, whoever's, yeah. If you are watching this, buddy, fuck. It is yeah, I hope it's something that you can carry with you tomorrow and any other day. It's such a, yeah, just 2 lines, just a reminder that, like, you have no one else to lean on. I mean, you have maybe a shoulder you can acknowledge, but at the end of the day, it is you. Fuck yeah, it is you. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Deuces.